So there's this vampire farming sim coming out on July 7 called Moonlight Peaks, and I have been low-key looking forward to this one for a while now. Therefore, I'd like to walk you through everything worth knowing before you decide if it's for you. There's stuff that makes it stand out, there's stuff that's a little rough, and simply what it feels like to actually play. So the footage here is still an early build. That means not everything the full game will have is present here. Some things are still locked off, but I still managed to get a solid look at this thing, and also went through everything the full game is bringing. So the setup is you're a vampire who gets kind of kicked out of the family home. Your coffin literally gets thrown out the door. So you grab your cat, hop on a train, and end up at this abandoned farm your family used to own. Of course, nobody warned you it was going to be a wreck. And so the game begins. Firstly, the character creator has a decent range. Skin tones from natural all the way to deep red. If you want a full demon look, different eye shapes, mismatched eye options, a bunch of hairstyles, makeup, trackles, eyebrows, it does the job. You can build something that feels like yours here, which is all you really need. Now gameplay wise, because you're a vampire, your whole day runs at night. That means 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. This may sound like a gimmick at first, but it actually changes the atmosphere a lot. The farming itself starts simple. You dig, you plant, you water. But pretty quickly you start picking up magic wands, and things get more interesting. One of them summons 3 pickaxes that just go mine things by themselves. Another waters 16 crops at once. It takes what could feel like a repetitive loop and aims to make it feel a bit more playful. The full game is also supposed to add shapeshifting and potion crafting on top of this, so there is clearly more coming on that front. Outside of farming, the game has fishing, which is pretty easy to get into, kind of Animal Crossing style where you just wait for the right moment and press a button. It's not my favorite fishing minigame. Then there's foraging, mining for copper and iron, and some unexpected stuff like flower arranging and embroidery. You can sit down, pick a canvas size, stitch together a little design, and hang it on your wall. It's weird and charming in exactly the right way. The actual in-game characters are one of the better parts. Your Uncle Victor got cursed by a witch and turned into a bat. This ancient vampire who was sleeping on your doorstep when you arrived, and immediately recruits you to grow blood grapes for his red wine. A giant frog with too many eyes that eats things and then sells them. And then there's Death, who shows up in an Hawaiian shirt, because he's on vacation and just wants some peace and quiet. The writing throughout is quite funny. It doesn't try too hard as well. Mostly it just lands. The actual town itself is locked off for now. A character named Pumpkinhead is blocking the gates. The game's full release opens up the whole town of Moonlight Peaks. The streets, the cafes, all of this. There are around 24 romanceable characters, 7 different families with their own secrets to uncover. A card game called Nocturna that you can play against the locals. On top of that, you get shapeshifting, proper potion crafting, broom racing, more wand types and spells. Of course, many more crops. Magical livestock is also confirmed. You get more fishing spots, more home upgrades, and also a whole lot more when it comes to customizing and expanding your farm. Even though this was a limited build, there is some stuff that stood out as needing work. There's a handful of things worth knowing here, and I think this can be helpful feedback for the developers. The stamina bar is probably the most frustrating thing right now. It drains much faster than you would expect, and there isn't really much available to refill it early on. You hit a wall pretty quickly, run out of things you can actually do, and end up sleeping to just pass the time. This gets better as you unlock more food and recipes, but this opening stretch really feels a bit punishing. The watering is also a bit fiddly. Then the camera is another one. You can zoom out, but not as much as you'd want. Sometimes you just need a good overview of your farm, and in this version at least, the game won't really let you have that. The actual music is pretty sparse too, which I definitely hope gets expanded in the full version, because a game with this amazing theme really needs great music. There are things the full release is really going to need to nail, giving you enough space to actually build something, enough to work towards, satisfying progression, and simply enough going on that you're not just waiting around for your crops to grow. I have requested a full version game key, and I am still hopeful that it arrives in time. The writing is definitely there, the ideas are there, the weird charm is there, so this game could be one of the better ones to come out this year. I'm definitely keeping my eye on it, and I think you should too.